Hello everyone, welcome to our third training for directors and assistants for IdeaGlow. My name is Elaine Didasco and I'll be hosting this webinar with Chris Jensen, our project's portfolio manager here at PHS. Today's training will give a brief overview of what IdeaGlow is and what it does. For today's agenda, we'll be going over a pilot program overview, which includes information provided by Clinton Jordan, our Bishop Lewis House Director, and Michael Murphy, our Workforce Development Director, who participated in the pilot program for IdeaGlow. We'll also be getting started with IdeaGlow. We'll show a demonstration of how to log in and basic navigation, some questions and answers, and from that, I will give it to Chris Jensen, our project's portfolio manager.
Well, good morning, everyone. We had a pilot program that took place at the end of last year. We had 60 folks that actually were invited to participate. We had over 100 ideas submitted. One of the most useful features was voting, and for those of you that are familiar with Facebook, it's kind of like liking something. Some of the supervisory takeaways, administrators felt as though they should review the comments and ideas that come in on a weekly basis. They really felt that that engagement was critical to the success of IdeaGlow. And voting also adds to visibility. When we surveyed the participants, they certainly felt valued because of working with the supervisors. They felt part of the team, and as you can see on the right-hand side, we've got some graphics, and literally you can see some peaks, and it looks as though, from a pathological standpoint, that every Wednesday folks were actually doing ideas, and then you can see that ideas received votes about the same time and some comments. Like I said, we had 100 ideas submitted. The pilot was only a couple weeks long, and we didn't do anything with it because exactly that, it was a pilot. I'll talk about what we'll actually do with some of these as we move forward. The scope of work for directors and assistant directors, we've got things to do on a weekly basis, a monthly basis. Quarterly and annual aren't really fully defined yet, but rather than walk through this lengthy list, let me just walk through a picture. Picture's much easier. PHS employees, that's all of us, including the extended leadership team. We log into IdeaGlow, and IdeaGlow allows us to create ideas, read posted ideas, comment on ideas, and then we can vote up or down. Not quite sure why someone would want to vote down, but you can. That just takes votes away from somebody else and makes it a little more competitive. Kind of sounds like our political structure today. All of that information goes into the IdeaGlow database. Now here's where you get involved, the directors, is you would log on and review comments. You could do that daily. I think a lot of the folks actually did it on Friday mornings. You can moderate ideas and thread discussions. One interesting feature is you can red flag any inappropriate comments to the IdeaGlow administrator, and they'll actually remove that. It's not really meant for censorship. It's just some of the ideas, and there was one out of that 100 that came in was more of a rant than it was an actual idea, so that was removed. As a director, it would be great if you could choose up to 3 of the top ideas that you've read during the week. There is an additional link that goes to the IdeaGlow recognition log, and that's where you would put in the author, what the idea was, and you actually have a 5-star rating system where you can rate any of those up to 3 per week, and that goes into an IdeaGlow recognition log database. And monthly, what we will do, the administration for IdeaGlow, is they'll take all of the votes that you had for the month, and they'll encapsulate that into an email and then you can vote for one or two of your favorite monthly individual. Later down, probably phase 2, we'll think about recognizing folks perhaps with the PERT program, but we're not there yet. And then again, on the quarterly and annual, we haven't really baked that out yet, and so I'll talk about what we do have baked. Oh, I'll do it after this. Here's the IdeaGlow recognition log, and essentially every Friday you'll post. So in this case, last week would have been the 22nd, the nominator's name, and all of this, once you hit submit, it actually goes into a database. At the end of this presentation in the appendices, I reiterate the right-hand side of this particular slide. What I would suggest is that you've got the IdeaGlow and you also have the recognition log, 2 links. What I would probably do is create a favorite folder called IdeaGlow and put those 2 links inside that folder. That way you can easily get to where you need to go each week. And here's where I wanted to go. We go live on May 2nd, and I think that's going to be a very exciting day because we'll see how many ideas come in. We've got 2 training events planned. This is the one you're attending, so the introduction. And then in about 40 days, we'll have admin tips and tricks, creating challenges that are really interesting areas where you can push the envelope, if you will, on ideas. And then you'll have some reporting, and the reporting will come out of IdeaGlow, and it'll also come out of the database where you did nominations. We'll send out a SurveyMonkey, and that's a product that's actually embedded inside IdeaGlow, around 45 days just to test the pulse, how you guys are doing. The one thing I would say about where we're going with this is, let's experiment, let's inspect and adapt, and see how we can really make this system work for us. When I like to think about voting leads to visibility, as the extended leadership team, we can really build the future of IdeaGlow together, and we're just getting started. We'll monitor your feedback and top idea nominations, and we'll look for patterns, and we'll report that back to you each month. And again, have fun and experiment.
We'd like to emphasize the mission of IdeaGlow. IdeaGlow will be used as an idea management platform for capturing, prioritizing, and evaluating ideas in a systematic way with the goal of identifying and implementing the best ideas with the greatest benefit to Pioneer Human Services. Our basic purpose for IdeaGlow is to enhance communication among Pioneer employees. This site will help to monitor suggestions and ideas. It'll provide the opportunity to engage employees. It'll allow employees to talk to one another. Some employees that don't get to interact with each other on a daily basis can now engage with each other. It'll help to improve job satisfaction, morale, we hope, and systematically gathering, gauge feedback, prioritize ideas, and put ideas into action. For directors and assistant directors, IdeaGlow will be active May 2nd, 2016, and you will be sent an invitation to join the site. If you've already been invited, please reactivate your account or send a message to ideaglowsupport@phs.com to reinvite you to the site. PHS email will be your login, and you can create your own password. For this page, this is actually the login page, and right up top is the IdeaGlow login link. It provides you to create your own password, and if you are not registered, go ahead and click on the register button to get registered. So this is the Idea site homepage, and it pretty much shows you what you'll be looking at once you log on. The green section is a section that validates users and participants for logging in. It gives badges. So everyone that logs in, it'll give a badge to them to validate their use in the site. The next box below it is where ideas are entered into. So you can type your idea into the box and it'll post. Then the section below that is where the idea is put on the site, and there's tabs there to list what or categorize them as most popular, most commented, in action, my stuff. So this is the basic front page of Idea Site. What we've listed is some set categories for the first introduction phase of this IdeaGlow. We've provided set categories to choose from, but as IdeaGlow progresses, we can evaluate whether or not additional categories should be added. Updates to the categories and sections will be presented as needed. So to start off, we've provided a cost-saving strategies section. The integration efforts with work release and workforce development are categorized into one. We provided the chance for employees to talk about their experience, proposals for discussion topics, adult and juvenile reentry, human resources and workforce development, housing, real estate and facilities, accounting and finance, behavioral health, enterprises, information technology, policy and communications, and a general forum. So to ensure that most of the ideas are posted following some guidelines, we've provided some posting guidelines to ensure the proper direction of ideas that are submitted. Most ideas could be evaluated based on the criteria listed. So we'd like everyone to kind of follow a basic guideline when posting ideas to provide a brief summary up to one sentence, state the primary benefits to improve costs, increase strategies, or improve awareness, provide a detailed thought process, max of 3 to 5 sentences. We'd like to keep it a little short, not too lengthy. We'd like them to estimate costs to implement the idea if it's needed and if it goes with the idea. And a brief plan of how an idea could be implemented. We'd like it to be simple. So for directors and assistants, we'd like you to review comments on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis. We've created a scope of work also for directors and assistants to follow, but have established that directors and assistants can determine how often they should check the site. Your comments will enable you to discuss an idea with participants in the idea site, and we'd like those comments to discuss questions and answer or other matters regarding an idea. This slide shows the review, suggestion, and comment section. Directors and assistants will be able to review all the ideas. This particular right here was submitted by one of our pilot program attendants. It received 4 comments and was awarded 170 votes. So that means that 17 people liked it, 10 votes per, there were 10 votes per vote, 10 points per vote. The directors can choose to reply to the ideas, provide the direction, validation, or suggestions. Since this idea was submitted in the pilot program, it didn't have a chance to receive further acknowledgement or implementation. With IdeaGlow being active now, that feature can be put into action. IdeaGlow can also find similar suggestions and alert that there are more like them. So this is the basic idea comment page. Some scenarios that we've pre-visioned, I guess, is whether or not inappropriate comments are going to be listed on the site. So an idea author creates a rant rather than idea, abusing the intent with IdeaGlow. A member of the extended leadership team responds by deleting the post, which flags the IdeaGlow admin. I will also be reviewing these posts on a daily basis to make sure that they're appropriate and that Pioneer-wide can be viewed. Some of the top weekly ideas, a member of the extended leadership team comments and follows several ideas and then uses the IdeaGlow recognition log to identify them as having potential. The link to the idea recognition log will be sent to you this week, so you'll be able to familiarize yourself with it. The top monthly idea, a member of the extended leadership team receives an email from the IdeaGlow admin which contains all of the current month's top weekly ideas. Say 12 ideas, 3 per week over 4 weeks. In the email, she can choose an open update form which looks just like the IdeaGlow recognition log with the addition of a monthly winner checkbox. She reviews all 12 entries and checks the one entry she likes the best and then clicks on Submit Update. So in this job recognition log, you'll be able to kind of play around with it, and these are some basic instructions right here on how to use it for your top monthly idea. So as an idea is chosen, a member of the extended leadership team notices that the comments and similar comments provide an opportunity for synergy. She decides to use the merge feature, and now all of the ideas are in one place, allowing for greater visibility to the idea theme and possibly greater opportunity for an emerging new product or service, an improved process. So here are your 2 internet links. Both IdeaGlow and IdeaGlow recognition log are suggested to be saved to your favorites so that you have easy access to both internet links. In Internet Explorer, you will see the star icon in the upper right section of your screen. This is where you can add these links for future reference. Adding favorites. So there's a chat box that you have on your screen. If you have any questions, please type them in and we will be able to answer them for you.
While she's looking at the questions and answers box, there really is no call to action today because the call to action is really May 2. So we're just providing you with some very cursory knowledge and awareness of how the tool is used. And for the folks that are actually doing the ideas, anyone that's really familiar with any social media, this will just be very, very simple for them. And when Elaine was talking about categories earlier, we had actually thought, wow, had Earth Day been in May instead of April, we probably would have used IdeaGlow to say, hey, from a facility standpoint, any good ideas for being green? So Elaine, any questions coming in?
So far, no.
Okay.
There are.
Okay, we've got a question. Here, I'll give you the headset.
So the question that we have here are, what are the prizes for participants? In this first phase of IdeaGlow, we're going to keep it pretty intrinsic, and we'd like to see how people communicate and interact with each other without reward. We were possibly going to implement the perk program in the second phase. So for the first phase, we're going to pretty much evaluate suggestions and ideas and see where we could be able to implement the prizes for suggestions that are submitted. Yeah, and we'd like to emphasize that in this first phase, we're experimenting, inspecting, and adapting. Yeah, and our first phase is is also just to let you know the first 3 months of IdeaGlow. So May, June, July, and we hope to have some future suggestions in July to August. Please feel free to ask any more questions. So it looks like, okay, it looks like we are going to conclude today's session for IdeaGlow. We hope that you enjoyed the training, and feel free to email IdeaGlow support at p-h-s.com if you have any questions. The presentation and the 2 links will be sent to you in an email this week. I hope you enjoy using the program. Thank you.